What is up, you guys? Kike here, back with another video. And today, as you guys could tell, I got something new, but I kind of wanted to change this video up. And basically, I want to see if I can teach you guys maybe a couple of things on what possibly you guys should be doing when buying a quad. At least I want to teach you guys, I guess, my routine that I usually do. It's not what you should do, you know, it's what I usually do when I go check out a quad. I'm very good at negotiating, and I have certain ways that, you know, I go about, you know, talking to everybody when I go purchase a quad. Sometimes I'm very straightforward, but depending on them, also, you know, I can get like a vibe off of them and know how they're gonna be, and you know how maybe I should be. But that's what I want to do for today's video, you guys, and also show you guys what I got at the same time. So I'm going to show you pretty much a couple of steps on what I do and, you know, what I tell the people when I'm buying a quad. So let's check this video out. So first things first, I just want to let you guys know that, you know, obviously there's not only one place to search for quads or, you know, dirt bikes or anything like that. There's obviously multiple places you can check. My favorite, and usually where I usually go to, is OfferUp. OfferUp, that's where everything is at for me. I've bought probably 99% of my quads off of OfferUp. I look for the deals. And I know there's, you know, like Facebook Marketplace, I rarely use. There's Craigslist, which is probably my second best. But I've never really found anything that's like really great on there, except if I did, it would be, I don't know, like 200 miles away from me. So maybe that's about it. But pretty much that's where I look. OfferUp is the best place. Another thing that I do is I look up quads, but like I look up everything. I go to the vehicle tab and I look up Power Sports Motorcycles, I think it is, or Power Sports Motorsports. And then there's motorcycles. So there's two sections where I usually find them. I've typed in, you know, Yamaha, Suzuki, Honda, a certain type of quad, and sometimes I just put an amount. Usually my amount is like $800. I'm not trying to spend more than like $1,000 to $800. Usually I get everything cheaper than that. Thank God. I've always found deals. Sometimes you have to be really patient and look for stuff, and you will find it. And then I also look for parts on OfferUp. My second place to find parts is Amazon, but eBay also, if it's like something used, you know, that's really weird, like the Yamaha Warrior Airbox, I couldn't find it. I ended up finding that at my local salvage yard, but thank God, like that place usually has some good stuff, but I have to look really, really good there. But found that. But yeah, that first and foremost, you know, hopefully this video isn't too long, but this is where I look for stuff, and this is how I look for it, to find some deals. And then obviously, you know, you have to find a budget, you know, whatever you want to spend. And if I want to spend $1,000 sometimes I look for stuff like in 1,500 range, and then, you know, you can always, you know, negotiate with them. Like as in this one, let's say the guy had it up for $1,000, and let's say I told him, hey man, I seen you had it up for a month. I'm gonna lowball you, unfortunately, you know, I'm being sincere, I guess. I will pick it up today if you would take $500. That's, you know, that's my thing. That's what I say sometimes, and it usually works, because sometimes they've had it for sale for a while and they don't, you know, they don't sell it because they have it at such a high price. And, you know, I'm being honest, if they take my word for it, like this thing, I told them I will pick it up tonight for X amount of dollars. And I went and I looked it over, and I still felt like it was still a good deal for what I was paying for it, you know what I mean? But yeah, so that's another thing that I do. And I guess I'm going to just show you guys kind of what I check over when I get there. Depending, half the stuff I buy, it doesn't run, so obviously I'm not going to try and start it at all. I just look over it. Basically what I'm trying to, my first thing to check overall is to see what is missing off of the quad, like, and how much is everything gonna cost, you know what I mean? I already start adding up stuff in my head, so therefore, you know, I might need to even tell him like, damn, I need to get it a little bit cheaper than what I told him, you know, and see if he even goes for it, you know, the guy. But that's just all in negotiating, you know, that's how it goes. You gotta tell him, hey man, like, the pictures that look more there, and you know, I'm seeing now that there's stuff missing. That's negotiating. That's something, you know, that you gotta do. Like, I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube, you know, about people, how to buy used stuff and, you know, the budget and all this, but I'm telling you guys exactly how it's supposed to be. You know, look for something in your budget, or maybe even a little bit higher than your budget, and try to see if you can get it cheaper. Sometimes you gotta tell them, you know, like, hey, it's $1,500 you're asking, but what would be the lowest you'd take for it? And sometimes they'll tell you straight up, $1,000, bam, already in my budget. All right, let's go check it out. I can maybe even get it for $800, depending on what all is there or what all is not, or what's wrong with it. And you know, obviously buying stuff that's broken down, not running, is always cheaper than buying stuff that is fully loaded, modded out, you know, running. So that's another thing you gotta, you know, think about. But sometimes some stuff is not running and it's easy fixes, and sometimes the people honestly don't know what the hell is wrong with it. It could be a battery, it could be a starter solenoid, it could be the starter, it could be no spark, you know, and it could just need a carb clean. You know, hopefully that's what I'm thinking about this one, hopefully. But sometimes I'm just like, dude, it's cheap as hell, like, I'll figure it out, because if I have to buy this, this, and this, I already know, like, by reading the post, it has X amount of problems. So I started doing math. I started looking through eBay and Amazon how much I'm gonna put in parts into it. Let's say they say it has a bad head gasket. Fine, no problem. I already started looking up a top end kit, worst case scenario, you know, like valves, piston. Okay, so that's $150, let's say, for a Warrior, and they're selling it for $800. So I'm like, okay, it goes up to like $950, you know, because I'm gonna put in like about $150 into it. But then as the way I do is, I'm like, well, I'm gonna flip it, or I'm gonna keep it for a while and sell it and potentially want to make profit off of it, you know. So, and then in my head I'm like, okay, $800 plus $150, let's play worst case scenario, $200, so it's $1,000 bike as is. I could probably sell it for $1,400. That's not a bad deal, you know what I mean? I'll fix it, ride it around for a while, it's good to go, it should be good to go, and I still made $400 off of it. And then I make content for you guys. That's like even the best part, because honestly, this is a huge hobby of mine. I love working in the garage. It de-stresses me, and I have fun doing it, even though sometimes I get a little stressed out because there's huge builds, like the whole blaster that we did. The Warrior, you know, swapping the engines out. It's crazy, man, but it's awesome. I love it. This is, you know, what I love to do, so it's a huge hobby. That's why I decided to turn it into a channel, so you guys can learn some stuff, or just, you know, watch my content and, you know, watch it and see what's going on with, you know, all the quads that we have in here, what we're doing, riding around, how hard it is, how stressful it is, how much money I'm actually putting into, you know, stuff, if I'm really making money, if I'm not. Most of the time, honestly, you guys, I am. Sometimes it's not huge, like, you know, $1,000, but it's like, most of the time, at least $500, you know what I mean? And to me, that's not huge, but it does help, because if I buy something for $500, make $1,000, that means I can go buy something else for $500, and I have $500 free to go, you know, spend on whatever I want. Go buy 2 quads if I want to, maybe. Never know. You might find some deals out there. But I just wanted to make a video. I don't think it's going to be very quick. I could already see it's like 20 minutes. But just, you know, how I buy quads, how I kind of negotiate, what I recommend. Obviously, you know, cheaper, it don't run. It's going to have problems. So you have to, you know, think about it, start looking into parts. Don't be afraid to ask questions. How long was it sitting? Why is it not running? What was the last thing it did? When was the last time it ran? You know, did you guys do anything to it before that? Or is anything replaced? You know, does it have a title? Does it not have a title? Obviously, that's a really good one. Obviously, if it doesn't, it's way cheaper. Usually, should be way cheaper. Title, if it has a title, it should be worth at least a little bit more. You know what I mean? But yeah, I guess if you guys have any questions, you know, contact me. And then you guys can see if I missed anything. You know, put some comments down there, and I'll get back to you guys. And you know, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Today we hit 420 subscribers. I'm really happy about that. It's nothing huge, but it's huge to me. It means my channel is growing, and hopefully 2022 will be my year that my channel will grow at least a decent amount for what, you know, I do. But again, thanks you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Peace.